Hey beautiful souls, it's Rachel here from A Bridge to Tranquility, and this is our monthly overview reading. If you want to stay up to date with weekly readings or anything like that, please head over to our Instagram page at A Bridge to Tranquility, where there is content uploaded like basically nearly every day, other than my days that I'm off. So this month I wanted to do things a little bit differently. I wanted the monthly readings to be a little bit more specific as such. And I wanted to really hone them in on get your words out, Rachel. I wanted to find a way to hone them in for us all. So I decided that I would go via the 4 elementary zodiac signs to give us an overview for each week. So each week has 4 individual cards for it. So it's going to be earth, fire, air, and water. So earth signs, you are looking at Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Your fire signs, you are looking at Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. Air signs, you are looking at Libras, Geminis, and Aquarius. And your water signs, you are looking at Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Okay, guys? But I will keep on saying which one it is for each week anyway. I'd really love if you comment below and let me know how you're finding these, if they're resonating, if they're working for you, because that's what they're here for. So we're going to go week by week, and by each week I will go through each zodiac element as well. So the week 1 will be this week, which is commencing the 5th of April. Obviously today is the 6th, but it's the week commencing the 5th of April. Then week 2 will be the 12th of April. Week 3 will be the 19th of April. And week 4 will be the 26th of April. So let's get into it. So week 1, which is this week for earth signs. So earth signs, this week we're going through a very big transitional period. This is very much about taking all of that work that you've been doing in the background and putting it to the forefront. This is really about calling out for a lot more development. I feel like for a lot of people this is going to be in terms of their work, a lot of their kind of like, and I feel like this is people that maybe create things, or you've got your own business as such, because it still feels very personal, feels like a very big evolution. So it doesn't feel too corporate, it doesn't feel too regimented, it still feels very much like this is everything you've done in the background, now let's let it fly this week. Let's really open it up and let it fly, earth signs. So air signs, fire signs this week, it's going to be a lot about resting. It's going to be, I feel like you had a very active end to March as you stepped into that Aries energy, fire signs, and now it's kind of like you need to just chill off, you need to recuperate. It's almost like I want to tell you to get back into your cave, wrap your blanket around you and decide where you're going to go next, but allow this week to really let you rest, to really let you recuperate your energy. Air signs, this week is really about connecting with your higher self. It's about connecting with that heightened energy. I want to say this month for air signs is going to be really about really growing on your spirituality, really growing on that inner connection with self, all still in a really fun and joyous way, but really understanding that this is the time now to really unlock these inner parts of yourself and not just kind of beat them to the side anymore or kind of treat them as something separate. Like, this is you, air signs. Open up to the universe this week. Really open up, whether that's connecting with the new moon energy that's going to come in, or whether that's really just allowing things to blossom more and more. It's going to be really important for you guys this week. And last but not least, water signs. So this week, the first long official week of April, commencing the 5th, it's about compassion. Be compassionate, and I want to say a lot of compassion for others this week, water signs. So really important to just remember where some people are at, and really important to be compassionate towards yourself. I feel like for some water signs, some things may not go right this week, and that's okay. And I feel like the challenge for these water signs is to remember that it's okay for it to not be okay all the time, and it's okay for it all not to fit into a box sometimes. You have to let it flow. Channel that water that's within you, channel that ailment to be able to flow and really work through this week, but be compassionate to yourself and make sure you're being compassionate to others. Okay, so that's week 1. Going into the 2nd official week of April, which commences the 12th of April. And again, we'll start with earth signs. So the second week of April is going to be very much about some deep soul healing for a lot of earth signs. It's going to be really going in deep. This could involve a lot of karmic stuff. I want to say for some people it's going to involve either matters of the heart, well, matters of the heart at all pertenses, but romantic or very much family connections. So this is going to be something deep and quite karmic. So this is going to be a position that I feel like a lot of earth signs have been in before, whether it's been in the past or whether it's been in a past life. This is going to be really, really important soul healing that's going to take place next week. Fire signs, you're going to find yourself with some challenges, and I feel like I can see the paws of the lion, of the Leo, almost putting their paws into the ground, into the desert, into the jungle floor, and it's almost about the challenges are about standing strong and not allowing that fire to engulf you too much, fire signs. Next week is going to be quite testing for some of you, and it's going to be really, really important for you to be able to stand your ground but not allow the fire to burst through you, almost like let it simmer and allow yourself to stand strong, but without anybody being able to throw any ammunition back at you for the way you have reacted. Air signs going into the second week. A big awakening. I feel like for a lot of air signs there's going to be a realization. I feel like, again, this is something that's quite personal, quite passionate. I feel like it's going to be a awakening of understanding where you want to take your next steps, where you want to go, where you want things to go with certain people in your life, where you want things to go with certain places and environments with your life as well, air signs. So next week's going to be a really, really important week to keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open and keep on waking up again and again and again and again. So water signs. Next week, it's about creation. Okay, I can understand why we're being so compassionate in that first week now. It's really going to be about what you create and what you bring in next week, water signs. So it's going to be important to be compassionate to ourselves this week so that when it comes into next week, we haven't got a lingering cloud over our heads and we can step into that manifestation energy. The new moon happens this weekend. So going into that next week is going to be that new moon energy straight away. So it's almost like they're saying to you, water, it is ran by the moon. The moon controls the tides. So really maneuver with yourself, be compassionate this week, and then next week step into that creation energy, step into your power to be able to manifest everything that you desire. This is going to be really, really important for you guys, water signs, next week. So the third week of April, which is the week commencing the 19th, air signs, earth signs. A lot about wisdom. This is going to be a test this week. So that week commencing the 19th, it's going to be a time of really honing into yourself, really listening to yourself. I feel like a lot of healing is going to have taken place in the beginning of April. And this is going to be the time to really then kind of ensure that you've cleared that way. Ensure that you understand where this guidance and this wisdom is coming from. Be sure that you can hear it clearly and you can walk with it, earth signs. It's going to be so important for pushing you forward and into the next stage and into the next month. Fire signs, week commencing the 19th. A lot of compassion is going to need to come in here, fire signs. I don't know if whether the challenge is really going to take it out of you and you're going to need to be really in a loving heart. I want to say understanding. I want to say acceptance. There's a lot more than compassion here. It's almost like the love for self, being oozing that love. And it's going to be really, really important that that third week, beginning the 19th, you really hone in on that loving energy. You really bring that. I feel like you're going to feel very tested in the sense of people who you love and people that you really hold dear are going to kind of irk at you a little bit, fire signs, and it's going to be really important to kind of go into self, be honest and open and truthful about when you need to be left alone, fire signs. You guys are literally a big bundle of fire, and if something is added to you unnecessarily, you will blow up unnecessarily as well. So it's really important for you to show up for yourself and your truth this month, and especially this week commencing the 19th, to show up for yourself and be compassionate in the sense of the people that you love. I just need some space. I just need to be left alone, or just don't talk to me today, please. I'm not in a good space. Be vocal about that. Show up for yourself so that you can show up for others. Air signs, week beginning the 19th of April. Okay, so funnily enough, this is where you need to let that joy come in. There's going to be a real load of joy and happiness around you the week commencing the 19th. I want to say, don't let anybody get in the way of that. Don't let any little things get to you. Similar to the fire signs, but in a different way. Don't let any little things get to you this week. Like, really just enjoy it. Nothing is too serious. Nothing is too horrible. And everything has light around it. And it's going to be really, really important, air signs, for you guys to really immerse yourselves in that the week commencing the 19th. It's going to be amazing. Water signs. Patience, patience, patience. So funnily enough, you're going to have manifested and been setting intentions, but now it's time to actually let it go over to the universe. Instead of racking your brains about when it's going to come or how it's going to come or what's going to come or if it's going to come in the right way, let it be. Be patient and let it flow. Time is a man-made concept, and you've got to allow that man-made concept to not hold over you. And it's going to be very, very important the week of the 19th that you're just flowing in your peaceful state. You're not too fussed about that clock watching and when things are going to happen or when things are going to come. And you just allow yourself to flow with it peacefully. So the last and final week of the month, which is commencing the 26th. So this is the last week of August, and for earth signs, it's going to be really about taking charge of the material around us. So funny enough, most of this month has been spent with deep healing, listening to ourselves, really, really putting things into play, putting things into practice in terms of our soul, our higher selves, our intuition. But this is very, very 3D. This is very, very material. This is very much taking charge of the material world around you. And this is going to be really, really important, earth signs. Ending April knowing that everything in the 3D, 4D and 5D are all in a nice, tidy space. We love a bit of grounding energy. We love of keeping ourselves rooted, and this is going to be the best way to end April. Don't just get your head stuck up in the clouds. Bring it all back around and find out, okay, where is this all sitting around me? Not just in the metaphysical, but the physical. Fire signs. Understanding that you go in phases. The last week of April is you appreciating your phases, appreciating your ups, appreciating your downs, appreciating the highs, appreciating the lows, appreciating when the energy is at 100% and appreciating when the energy meter may just be on 10. This is going to be really, really important for you. You're allowed to go in phases. You're allowed to not feel great and you're allowed to feel amazing. This is part of your natural cycle. And the week commencing the 26th is going to be a time for fire signs to really hone in on this energy and get to grips with it. Air signs, letting it flow. Oh yes, you're about to literally breeze into the air sign seasons. I believe it is Gemini season coming next. Ooh. No, wait, did I do my math right? Gemini. Taurus. No, Taurus season. Then Gemini. You're not far away. So you need to be sliding. You need to be gliding. You need to be really stepping into this next bit of energy, this Taurus energy with flow. It's got to be really, really important. And this is preparing you for your month. So although I said that thinking that it was closer, I'm not wrong in that sense. It's a preparation. A lot of Taurus season is going to be allowing yourselves to flow and allowing yourselves to guide before you step into that Gemini season where your air signs are really going to be prominent. Even for you guys, Aquarius and Libra, just because it's not your sign doesn't mean that that airiness and that element of air is not going to tap into you. So that's going to be really, really important for you gliding through and really, really bringing it into a space. But the bottom line of this is end the month letting it flow, letting it ride, sit on your sleigh and get pushed down the hill and let it glide. You've done the work you've needed to do. Let's flow. Let's keep it balanced. Let's keep the sleigh upright and let's keep it moving, air signs. Last but not least, water signs. So ending the month, it's really important that I feel like for a lot of water signs, you're going to feel like you have a lot to give. Don't give it all away. Don't give it all away. Don't get caught up in something that you're later going to regret, water signs. That's what I feel like saying. When you end this month, make sure you understand you can give away what you need to, but don't just give away everything because you feel like you're supposed to. Find the balance in what you give away and what you keep. It's going to be very, very important because otherwise we're going to get into May and you're going to get halfway through and you're going to be very, very upset with yourself that you gave a lot away that you could really, really do with at this moment. So it's going to be really important to find the balance with giving, but also harnessing and keeping as well. It's going to be really, really, really important. So April overall, for air signs, it seems like a really big space of development, a space of spiritual development, a space of really being able to flow and have fun. For water signs, it feels like there's got to be a little bit of understanding, a little bit of compassion, but then really sliding into that manifestation energy, manifesting for you and then keeping what is yours for you as well, sharing out bits but not giving it all away. Not everything is meant for everybody. Earth signs, really, really starting in that stance of evolution, a lot of listening to self, a lot of really, really pushing forward, but then being able to bring it all together into the real world, not just pushing forward internally, but pushing forward externally as well. And last but not least, fire signs, really, really going through a process this month, which does make sense. We're in that Aries energy. You're going to get the ailments of the fire all around you, but being able to end the month in a space of, this is my cycle, this is my understanding, this is what has happened. Use the next 4 weeks to really map out how you feel, understanding when you need space, understanding when your fiery self needs a big old cuddle as well. This is going to be really, really important. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this month's readings. As you know the drill, guys, you don't have to be weird to be spiritual. It definitely helps. And if you'd like to join our community, tea talks, things like that, please head over to our Instagram page at A Bridge to Tranquility. And if you've enjoyed this video, please like, please subscribe, and also please share it with your friends. Like, it's YouTube, guys, so you can share it anywhere. But yeah, I love and appreciate you all so much, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Take care.